Hello, welcome everybody. Hi Larry. Hi Anjali. Happy
Hey,
happy hour. How are
happy
you?
happy hour.
Oh.
Cheers to that. I know we're
Yay.
matching.
Yes. I have a nice Albarino.
Ooh,
I have to say this was excellent, and I'm quite
I
enjoying
love
it.
that glass.
How's it going?
Good, good.
What are you wearing? I like your kimono.
I just felt like as though like I wanted to feel as though I was, at home but fancy at home, but in reality I was just in like a tank top and basketball shorts for most of the day. So I was like, let me dress up for my girl Megan.
Thank you. I'll set it up for you because I was not feeling it quite the same as I was. I worked a lot today, but I did a face mask. I really needed to feel, pretty.
Well, I
And
love to see your number.
I found jewelry for you, and I was thinking about you because,
Oh my god.
okay, A, we should talk about how we know each other. B,
Yes.
how we met. So we'll talk some of the pieces you have, and then I'm going to show you. We have some matching pieces, I realized, as I was looking today, and I'm like, oh.
Oh.
I
So I need to pull out some pieces from the archive as well in order to see the matching. Okay.
I brought my rings out. I have this and you have this, and this is kind of how we met.
Yeah. I actually have the original pieces that I bought from you the first time we met, which is amazing. And I still wear them to this day.
Oh yes.
So I have all of
I
these.
have that also, and I wear it totally. I love how you. So Michael and I met 7 or 8 years ago. How long has this been now?
It's been 8 years now. Yeah.
I just
absolutely.
was getting a little
And this.
You
So
are.
wait, should we say? So
I
should we say how?
That. You did it midi ring and then double layered over it.
Because it was during the time of the midi ring, and I couldn't really wear midi rings teeny tiny. They just didn't work with me. It's too dainty for me. So I was like, I can wear these massive, gigantic rings and make them a midi ring, and it would make the same statement, if not a bigger one. But basically, the way we met.
Yeah.
It was so I was working at Bendel's. I don't know if you guys remember Bendel's. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Very, very sad.
That place was awesome. It had the open Cs. I got in there doing an open C.
Mm-hmm.
One of those. They would have people line up. This feels so antiquated. Where people with lines wrapped around the building at 5:30 a.m. be all crazy.
You had to get up at 5:30? Or you had to be there at 5:30? I didn't know all of that.
I don't know. I was dumb enough to do it multiple times. And then maybe at one point I was like, I'll just go. And I went at the very end. And I'm like, oh, no, I'll be there. Rolled up, showed some stuff. And they're like, oh yeah, we know who you are. Okay, we're giving you a trunk show. I was like, oh. Boom. I'm like, boom. Okay.
Fantastic.
Cool. And then that kind of led to Free People and a bunch of other stuff. But I brought a lot of these. This was the launch of all these rings I was doing. And you rolled up in your super cute pleats please Yoji. I don't know what amazing pants.
Wait, were they pleated or were they the really, really big ones, really poofy ones?
Really, really poofy and they folded over the top here.
They were they're Yoji. They're Y3.
Yes.
I got them recently, so I wore them to death because
Yeah.
But I remember I just walked by and I saw your little area that you had for the trunk show, and I just loved the pieces because they were such a cool mixture of industrial, geometric, all of these different aesthetics that I love and really appreciate. And I love sterling silver, especially when it's sort of tarnished and worn in and all of that. And I just loved your aesthetic, and that's how we became friends. And what was so funny was I basically did not spend any time in the area that I was supposed to be, and I just stayed up with jewelry the entire time. So big surprise.
I mean, you're a jewelry. You definitely have developed such a wonderful collection and such an eye. Don't you I've gotten to see you collect over all these years and build this really big story, and your ring story is strong.
Thank you.
Strong. And I just even the way I was just showing how people are wearing things in multiple layers and in different ways on their finger is not everyone does that.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, that's like a wonderful, to have that kind of sense is lovely, and to put things together and build that. And you collected from multiple people. And
yeah.
Ring game.
Brought it all together. I'm like looking at everything I have here.
Yeah, no, because you have like a wonderful, like, you bring from different people, you find little things and you go deep into their story too. And that I really appreciate from you, and I learn a lot from you because of that. Really. Yeah. No.
So sweet.
So, okay, so after that we just like hung out, obviously, because...
Obviously, yeah. I mean, we're both a really good time.
Yeah. Life is fun.
Life is fun.
Yeah.
We just like built like this friendship that like has gone through for 8 years now, and it's going to go stronger every year. Mm-hmm. And what I love about us is that we can both just sit in a room and just have a great time, not even talk about jewelry or fashion, just talk about anything. And it's a good time. But then we're also being creative, and, you know, we think of ideas for each other, and we're like, hey, like this would look really great on you. Or like, oh, you should like maybe incorporate this or this. And that's what I love about our friendship, is that we can both be like, you know, sort of like creative, like sort of ways of each other, like little rings for each other.
Bounce these ideas off each other. Because I really find like self-expression is not his weakness. No. Wrong. But
yes, thank you very much.
I built the first piece we did custom for you. We did this FKA Twigs. You were going to the FKA Twigs concert.
Yes.
And I was doing stuff more with this bigger cable. This is before I did chain for you.
Yeah, I have quite a few of those pieces. I'm definitely going to show those in like one of our next videos, definitely.
Yeah, because those were like, you know, so that was, built this awesome piece. I put some stuff in stories, so there's photographic evidence for everybody.
Oh, yes.
But that was really cool. And then we started doing all these like really awesome body pieces. I feel like you incorporate everything. I don't know if that's how you figured that out, because you do that with other parts. You add stuff also to all your clothes. I put this thing up. You had done this Nike headband.
Yeah.
And you had done little Swarovski or little crystal fringe or bead fringe or something. Just the little additions. Like, where did you come up with that idea? And you incorporated it all over, like really uniform. It looked really good.
I don't know. I mean, like, kind of, I live with two creative people. You know, especially my partner Larry is like very creative, and he's kind of brought that out of me. Because you know, with work especially, like I'm very much like wholesale, like numbers focused.
Explain
and
what
there's
you
a little
do
bit
now. Tell people a little bit like what you do now and like how you came to be where you are. Because you're like, you know a lot about handbags.
Yes. Yes, a lot. Well, I mean, at Bendel's, I was like the handbag and sunglass specialist, especially for designer handbags. And, you know, that kind of went through like my career. A lot of the places that I worked for and interned for are, you know, high-end luxury and all of that. So I've gotten a lot of experience through that. And I've had a crazy ride. Mm-hmm. And now
you've gotten to see a lot of different sides of the business, which is really great. You know, you bring that, but you bring your style everywhere you go. You're still you.
Yeah. I don't believe, I mean, we only have one life to live. And I feel like if we, you know, don't express ourselves every day and have a good time and, you know, really enjoy the way we look. I mean, I always had like this sort of thing where I would always have to be like, well, what are people thinking about me? And I've like really started to just be like, you know what? I'm going to be me, you be you, and we're going to enjoy each other. And, you know, if I'm expressing myself in a different way that you don't know or like, then that's your problem. I want to be me, and I want to dress the way I want to dress. So I'm really, really sort of getting into that sort of spirit and, you know, really enjoying like, you know, self-expressing myself even more than I have through the years.
And that kind of leads to all the stuff you've been making, because you've been adding these, like little accoutrement, little just wonderful details to some of your clothes. Like I remember the really awesome feather. He did these cut up jeans and then embedded feathers where the cutout is, and it makes this really lovely movement. Yeah. And then the fringe on the Nike headband with the
matching fringe on the jean jacket. I just like I was kind of at a point where I was you know, going through like a lot of the collections and like going through department stores, and I'm just like, if I see one more Logomania piece, like if everything has to say Balenciaga on it, I'm over it. So it's like I wanted to like,
okay.
I wanted to. I mean, like I love those pieces here and there, but I was just like sick of seeing the same things over and over and over.
So
and I was just like,
there was something that was lacking in the marketplace, and that you had. It was like you weren't seeing. And
absolutely, absolutely, and I felt like, you know, as I was, you know, trying to find ideas, like a lot of the pieces that I would be obsessed with were for women. So I was like, all right, well, let me make it into a men's perspective and, you know, do this sort of like interesting piece that is a showstopper, but it's so easy to wear. Like I honestly got a Levi's jacket and a matching pair of pants and added on crystal fringe. I got a Nike headband. I was just like really inspired by like these cool Western things that we were seeing, but it was more geared towards women. And like the only person that I saw with like that sort of Western style with like crystals and like oversized fringe and all of that in terms of like media outside of like obviously Elvis and all of that was Little Nas X.
Oh, so, yeah. Okay.
I mean, like,
awesome. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Where is that in the marketplace? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you're starting to see it a lot more. And especially like I was really inspired by like Solange. Because she had a lot of crystal fringe and her things. I love that aesthetic and I love that look. And I've never done it before because I was always sort of shy away from crystals and bright things and colors and glitter and all of that. And I've like slowly started to migrate that into my collection and into like my archive or whatever.
Showing up. I'm like a little glitter, a little sparkle.
Yeah, I've started to add it just because, you know, a lot of my collections, I mean, not collections, a lot of my, you know, the pieces that I have in my closet are a lot of black, a lot of oversized, so I was like, let me just add some colors.
You very much, when I met you, were very Yoji, please.
Yeah,
Japanese.
I wear my please pants.
But you still are, but now you've kind of like evolved, you have more, brought in more color, some different ideas, just interesting, right? And I love that you're taking things from you're finding in women's clothes that you're not finding that you want in men's clothes.
Exactly.
Okay. But how are you feeling that you're translating them to a masculine perspective? Is it just scale, or are you doing are you putting on really masculine attire, like juxtaposing that with a really feminine crystal?
I
don't know what made you think about this.
I don't even know. I'm just like, I haven't even put that into my mind. It's just something that I'm really, I'll see something on TV or I'll see something in a magazine or like I'll listen to a song and I instantly think of something. And it was just something I was really attracted to. And I was just trying to figure out in a way that maybe not in a men's perspective or maybe just like in my perspective where it's just like, well, I wear a lot of black. I wear, you know, I love denim. I love, you know, silks and all of that. And I was like, let me just figure out in a way that works for me. And I also loved adding like the little Nike headband. And I just thought that added like this.
A little athleisure, but high end.
Exactly.
High end athleisure. Yeah, I like that. Well, I love a sneakers but full velvet outfit, but then like gold sneakers that are fun. I can walk in them because
I love that look. Wait, do you still have those gold sneakers?
Oh yes. I bought double pairs because Nike put out these awesome two-tone gold and silver. They look spray painted.
Ooh.
Air Max 1. So I bought 2 pairs because I knew they were going to be limited, and they just fit with everything I buy. I buy all metal. Everything I own is like, I was looking at this. Okay, look at this. It's like,
oh my God. Where did you find that? I feel like, let me tell you guys, as you probably already know, Megan has some of the most insane pieces of jewelry, not just from her, but she'll collect from other amazing artists, and it's things I've never seen before. So sometimes like I'll go to her studio or go to her apartment. She's like, look what I found. And she'll pull out all of these insane pieces that I've never seen before in my life. And I'm like, how do they make that? And they're like, oh, it's industrial 3D something.
Yeah, because you know I love materials and the story. I literally I'm saving the leather. I have a bunch of leather pieces. We'll have another day for that because it's another stack.
Oh my God.
That's just one doorknob of things. But I found this. I was thinking, well, you know, I love metals, and so but I was looking at all the palettes, and it's quite consistent. Everything is like metal, dark, silvers and golds. So all that sneakers kind of goes with that.
It matches perfectly with it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yes. This is what I was talking about. These are some of the pieces. So I found these in my little staycation. These are pieces I did many years ago. And these are the same time that I did these for you.
Yes.
Remember? So this is one of.
So for you guys to know, like, I have that piece or a similar piece with rainbow. It's all rainbow safety pins, and I love wearing it with like other. I love wearing it with all black as a pop, and then like my rainbow puffer jacket that I have, and I love that look. And then I have a similar piece to that, so it's a double safety pin, but with that same.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll definitely be showing that too.
Okay, because that's one of the ones I'm like, I need the double safety pin one because that one is necessary in my life. I haven't made it. I'm gonna get back in the studio and use my drill at some point. Right now, full operations are in this extra room, and
absolutely,
I feel lucky to have this, but it's.
I know.
I don't have power tools. I need my power tools. I have these big chunks of chain and I need these special huge industrial cutters just to get through them, and I don't have all that. I'm on limited, but
yeah.
I have plenty to do, so it's fine because I'm making these as I can make stuff up for myself. Like,
I'll tell you guys, the last time I went to her studio, we just had maybe like 3 or 4 hours of just conversation in her studio, and she ended up making me like 4 pieces.
Well, it
was just like really quickly, like, oh yeah, let me make this, and it's just like the fact that she's so quick with her ideas and just like, okay, I'll just put this together, and the way that it's just so easily executed, like, I mean, that's amazing.
This is one of those ones that was not. It's kind of related to your special piece that you're wearing right now. Yes. Mm-hmm. This, I'm like, okay, because I made you a special, this, so you can see this is like, this I'm obsessed with. These, I'm building these out right now. We had discussed this because I'm making these into chain bags. So they're going to be bags that are kind of like shopper bags built on this idea.
Yeah.
Which is like creating mesh from ball chain. But I'm going to make it finer, but it's still going to be a little bit open. But then I'm making little phone slings that are going to match. I love the phone sling. I figured out the engineering of the phone sling, and it's at the studio. So in a couple of weeks, I'll be able to get that.
Yes.
Draped so beautifully. So I thought full clothes, vest. Yeah. Build the full, like we made.
Yeah. Do like a full jacket, like a sleeve, like a crazy sleeve, or like a vest with like oversized sleeves or something. Here for
constructed Paco Rabanne vest. Okay, because I bought. The Paco Rabanne, I deep dived in Pinterest.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so good. Everything.
I love Paco Rabanne. No, Larry's totally right.
I love the idea of mesh and how things move and like kind of having this like modern day armor, but it's really like I call the bras like the Emperor's New Clothes because it's not functional. It's just a very subtle line, but it says a lot.
It's a good statement. It's great way of expressing yourself.
Yeah, and like. Then I realized you can wear it multiple ways too. I don't know. I've been playing a lot with the bra because I made myself one. I like yours because I made yours front clasp.
Right.
So yours is a little bit easier to put on. This can be.
It's like a quick, easy, just loop out. Yeah. It's easy to take off. I love that. And I could even wear it just like open like this. I could even as like sort of like a body harness.
Yeah. This one I did. And I have to kind of make sure I orient. I'm good at it, but I also made it, so I'm just worried about my customer understanding how to put it on.
Yeah.
Right? That's a little. So I'm gonna do I think videos help.
Yeah. Just to explain it.
Okay,
that one was pretty easy to put on too.
Yeah, this is not that bad because you can actually mess it up and still looks. It still has the bra thing. If you wear it upside down, it still works. Just
absolutely.
Like if you're a lady, those triangle top bikinis.
Yeah.
You can wear them backwards or upside down too, and it just works a different. The cups do a different thing. It's like the Brazilian way of wearing it or something. So it's the same idea. But the front clasp, I feel like is really. I think I'm going to start incorporating that because it'll just be like boom.
It's a lot easier. I mean, I've never worn a bra, thank God. So
yeah, it's not great. Yeah.
just know I'm assuming the front clasp is a little bit easier to do than any other.
Right. Yeah, it's not great. So this, I thought about that for you because I figured you had not experienced that.
No,
And then
I have not.
Yeah, so I got you. But this, I love this. But then I was kind of thinking, okay, if you took this and started wearing it different ways, can you wear it different ways?
Absolutely, it'll just be abstract. It'll be, yeah.
I started playing with a bunch of ideas because
that's what I love about your jewelry is it's like I literally can just throw it on any way and it makes a whole lot of sense. And yeah,
you can really play
even
with
like that. It's just a very like abstract necklace.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be,
looks so good.
have to be necessarily like a harness. It can be a chain necklace. You can, yeah, that has a necessary need because it's easier.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love clothes like that too, but that's because I like simple clothes that you can wear. You can wear it upside down or this and da da da. Like I love a knit that does that and wraps around and or wear a wrap around over something and wear it as a coat. I don't know, layers.
Just switching it up, making it have one additional life than it already has.
Make it go farther, yeah. Okay.
What's your favorite material to work with? My cousin wanted to know.
Okay. Oh, right. Still my favorite, my original love is still cable because it does a bunch of cool stuff, and it is like this necklace. The cable that it's made from can actually hold up like a boat. This
nuts
from the ceiling. This is crazy, but I think it has really lovely applications, and I can do it with the really fine stuff, which Michael knows. It's kind of like how I started.
Yeah.
This is. I don't know. I think the knitting with the chain feels really nice too. I kind of am open. I'm open to materials. It's all steel, just done with different textile techniques. So
it's just cool, and it's so lightweight. That's what I love about it so much. It's like all of this amazing, you can crumple it up, you can stretch it, you can do anything with it, and it's just so durable. But it's so light. It's like as though you're not wearing anything, but you're actually wearing a piece of art on your body.
Yeah,
that's my favorite part about it.
This one gets heavier, but even this for such a big look is not crazy. It's very wearable, and I like stuff that is functional.
Yeah.
I don't know, if you live in New York, you have to be able to walk around all day and be out and not. I need to have good shoes, good accessories. I just strike it's high terra. That's important, and so this is kind of what they got. And also, I can't have my neck hurt. I've taken off everything because I've been uncomfortable and carry it all in my backpack, and that's uncomfortable too.
Yeah.
So
I was mentioning
12 hours and never come home. It's just not now.
That's New York.
Now is the time to wear all your heavy things, all your cocktail rings. This is the time. Take those pictures.
Yes.
Zoom happy hours and wear all the stuff.
Wear it all. Yeah. So now everyone's gonna have these nice happy hours. We're all gonna get dressed up. We're gonna put on our jewelry, the full beat, the full garb.
The full beat. I like that. Yes.
And you know what? This is also the perfect time for you guys to go through your closets and figure out different ways to wear things and different ways to express how you want to dress.
I know, because you were talking about. Did you end up going through all your? Did you shop your closet? You didn't do it. Okay.
I'm very lazy at times.
I've been really trying because I've been starting. I also had to make sure I reorganized all my inventory, looked at all of our stock, just filled in holes, thought about everything because I'm trying to be on top of it.
Right.
And then kind of go through and have to clean areas, so I have a whole new work area inside. So I cleaned out all the other jewelry that's my own personal collection to make room for my business. But
right.
I'm excited about all the stuff.
No, definitely. What was so funny was I actually, for this discussion, you wanted me to pull a couple of pieces, and I was going through my jewelry, and there were so many things that I forgot I had. And I didn't buy them that long ago, but it's just because I haven't been wearing them because I've been sitting in my house for 3 weeks now that I forget that I have things because I'm not wearing them. I'm wearing basketball shorts and a tank top.
I know. Well, but do you have to do a lot of Zoom calls for work or no?
Here and there, but it's more of just checking in, just checking in on each other just to see how we're doing and just to catch up and we're not forgetting that we're not just robots, we're humans, and you know,
that's good.
Just to catch up and talk, and you know, it's not just like work, it's, you know, socializing and just getting to know each other more.
Yeah, that's good actually, because you want to be invested, and this is the time, I guess, because it's slowed, things are kind of slowed, so people are trying to reconnect, and we don't have the in-person anymore, right? So
this is like our version of in-person. I mean, usually you and me will be
like
you and me will be at like
usually,
some brunch or some dinner or something
outfits.
like.
Yes. Okay, our next call, I have a whole outfit plan. It's like sparkly, but I was not ready today. Oh yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready because this is gonna, we're gonna be here for a while. I talked to somebody in the Midwest today for customer service, and they're like, "How's it in New York?" I'm like, "Super weird."
That's to say the least, but you know. We're all striving. We're all making it through.
You have like, wait, what else? Show us more. Wait, what else? Show us more stuff. What else?
Oh my god. Okay, so this is
rings, because you had just gotten some great Lynn band. You just got
Yeah, those are the pieces I forgot about. And I just like pulled them out and I was like, oh yeah, I have these pieces. So I mean, these are like kind of the pieces that like sort of like solidified Megan and I's friendship. This is how it all started.
This one on this finger is super special.
That is awesome. I'm obsessed with this one. I'm obsessed. I love it. And what I love is like a lot of like these pieces especially, like you can like adjust and all of that, like in case you want to switch it on a certain finger, you can adjust it slightly.
I've been doing that. I did this adjustable for many, many years, like 7 or 8 years ago. And it was my solution to people like being able to wear on different fingers, but also swelling during different seasons. When I moved to the East Coast, I had never experienced humidity. And then I realized the necessity of this.
Yes, absolutely. Because you're like you're in the summer, you're at, well, especially brunch, because that's when you show your full looks. You're at brunch, you're drinking, you're hot, and then you're probably eating something salty. Those fingers are expanding. So that's why I really appreciate these.
I know all of this. And this is like, then I wish, this is from another designer I feel like you would love.
I love that so much. That's good. So cool. But it's
big fat sausages, yes. But this I did also, even the simple, because you have the ones, you have multiple such good ones. You have ones that are like one of a kind.
I have that one too, and I have the matching bracelet. That was one of the first pieces I got. Yep.
And you did it with this over, or you like paired it with something?
I paired it something else. I think I have that, and then I have that, and I paired them together because one's silver and one's gold. See? This is why we figured it out. Yeah.
Dang. Okay.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
This was another piece that I got at Bendel's. It's from another designer. Her name is escaping me, but it's a Louisiana-based brand, and she takes this is like a koi poo, which is like only like present or has a population in Louisiana swamps, and they're bottom feeders, so they're very, very common, and they actually have to like sort of like cut down on population because there's so many of them, and it actually hurts the ecosystem. So they have like they sell like the skulls and all of that. So she actually created like a mold of this, and then like added in, if you guys can see it, like these like little black diamonds, and then
blood. Yeah. Oh, I love the black diamond.
It's like such a cool detail. And she showed at Bendel's, and I was just like, this is so cool. This is like, I've never seen something like this before. So I actually wear it as like.
Wear that one? Do you wear that midi, or do you wear that?
I wear it midi. I wear it as like sort of like a knuckle.
On you a lot. Yes.
Yeah.
You got another claw one though. I thought was Limban also, because those are I feel like you could wear those. You have a claw.
I have a lot of claws. So I'll go through some of them. So that was one piece that I fell in love with during my time there. Let's see what else. And then I have a really good, like, I'm just like going through chronologically.
Yeah.
I have a friend that is super talented. He actually works for Fierce Drag Jewels, who does all like the crowns for RuPaul's Drag Race. From RISD, he lives in Rhode Island. His name's Anthony Anderson. Funny enough.
By the way, RISD, Rhode Island School of Design, amazing jewelry school. Rhode Island also has a huge history of jewelry craft, so it's a great place to work as a jewelry artist.
Oh, absolutely. And he like created these for me, which I'm obsessed with, and I wear them like, obviously like they're very much a showstopper. I can't go through the airport with them. I would get in a lot of trouble.
Yes.
But
special, like kind of more like a special occasion. Like, what's the look for those? Like a more party night, concert night?
Usually more of like like maybe like if I'm going to something probably a little bit more like quaint, or like if I'm going to like to the museum or something, or not scissor hands. But if I'm going to like something like that, like I'm not going to go to a concert, because if I'm jamming out, I don't want to poke somebody in the eye with these. I'm
That's like,
obsessed with these.
No, you have to be like, you have to be aware of people around you. We're pretty crammed together during. Okay, these are awesome.
Thanks.
You've had these for a bit then, so you commissioned these, right, from him?
Yes.
He made it for you. So what is the symbolism then you had incorporated on them?
It was actually one of his designs that I just saw on Instagram, and he was able to make them for me, and he just like incorporated. And this is when he was still in school, so he was like a sophomore, and he was already doing jewelry on top of that, like for projects and things like that. And he obviously had insane deadlines because that school is very intense. So the fact that he was able to still make these in time for like Christmas, and I was like, you know what, I'll just make it as a Christmas gift for myself, and I bought these. And it was just like, it was really cool to like help out like an artist that's, because I feel like it's more interesting to have pieces that you'll never see. Like, that's why, I really appreciate what you have and what you've created, because it's different from anything else I've seen. Oh, oh.
I really like that, because I feel the same way, and I like to buy from artists as well, and I commission things regularly. Like,
absolutely,
I feel the same way. I love people who are merging, who are starting new things. I'm really excited also about new ideas, and that's really fun. I love that. Absolutely.
So that was one thing I fell in love with, and because I'm sort of like in that realm of just like different and interesting, just because I remember at Bendel's I bought this, and this is the last thing I bought.
Ooh, okay. Now who is this artist? Because it's crystal. It's
Swarovski crystal. So it's by Maison Margiela.
Oh.
So
the best.
Obviously, there's no one else like him, and no one's ever seen what he looks like. So that's even adding more to the mystery.
Very Banksy, yes.
Very Banksy. Like, in his store, during meetings and stuff, he would send everything he wanted to discuss via fax. He would actually never go to the office.
Facts. Also,
Facts.
Wow, that's
very old school.
Well, we know his age. Okay.
Yes. So he would send everything via fax, and then that's how they would discuss everything he wanted to discuss via this one piece of paper that he would write on.
Okay.
And he would never go to his fashion show. So anyway.
Oh, I love it. Tell me, I love all this. Tell me, you know all the history. It's awesome.
Well, he's one of my favorite designers. I actually was obsessed with him in high school. So like, while my friends were, going to parties, high school parties, I was going to New York, going to the Margiela store. I was going to, just to like, not even to, I mean, obviously not to purchase because I was in high school. I'm not buying like a $3,000 cardigan.
To be inspired.
But to be inspired, exactly. Yes. So when I was able to work at Bendel's,
aspirational goals too, like what you want.
I mean that too, but like able to see and touch these things and like what his mind was.
Yeah. Feel quality in the craftsmanship as well.
Exactly.
It's different in person than seeing it online.
Absolutely.
And his work especially. A lot of couture houses, anything like that, it's different when you feel it. There's weight to that craftsmanship.
Yeah. So I bought one of these. This is like inspired by his like couture collection. So he had this ring, and then a matching bracelet, and he actually hooked these as like these bracelets to the back of the heels of like his tabby heels, and that's how they walked. So those were another option of the bracelet. Yeah. So we had like sort of like almost like in a sense, like a heel koozie, and it just like sat in the back of the heel, and all the crystals stuck out. So I didn't even know we carried this, and I saw it, and I was like, I remember it was when they were sadly closing all the designer options at Bendel's, and they had this piece, and I was like, okay, you guys, like, we gotta hide this because I really want it, and it was like, I got a couture piece for like under like $80, and it was like such a steal for me because it's just like, this is a piece of history. So like I love it so much, and I wear it as like a midi, or like I wear it like, and just like it's just a lot of fun. It's very different. It's always a conversation.
The orientation of it too. It feels like it has a lot of movement because of the more horizontal.
Absolutely, and it reminds me of just like it's like an elf, and it's just like, that's how it was found, and they just put it into a ring and called it a day, and that's what I love about it.
That's a good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's metal, but it looks like it's white powder coated, maybe, or like it's a gray powder coat.
I think it's white powder, or it's like some sort of like resin. It does
has like a colored coating, right?
It's like a white coating. Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I try not to slam it, or
Yeah, it's pretty strong and industrial because I have a lot of powder coated pieces as well. I collected. Mm-hmm. They're pretty darn good. It's like how they coat like those old school like porcelain or those not porcelain, those tubs.
Yeah.
Would all coat them in that powder coating that would protect them. So it's pretty. It's
pretty durable.
Strong. You still have to be. You can't run over it with the car, and also the crystals. I tell everybody, any stone though, I feel like you should be careful with stones.
I'm always scared that it's gonna like fall out. That's my thing.
Yes, but from loosening from moisture and water, you can't like mess up the setting potentially, and things can get in there and it can get gross and get dirty. It can also loosen it. I don't know. I just have to be careful, right? But stones also are porous, and so moisture and anything like that takes that on. So something to be aware of. I caution people.
Definitely. I appreciate that. I don't really wear it often just because I'm always so scared to, but it was just like such a cool piece.
A special piece.
I have to like, I could not get it.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think of another. I mean, this one's really fun because this is kind of like something that you actually told me to get.
Oh yeah.
Which I love so much.
One of our shopping excursions, we went to Dover Street Market, which is fantasy land. If you haven't been there, it is
absolutely.
Like, and it's floors.
It's like
floors.
If Pee-wee's Playhouse came with like Gumby with like your like a weird avant-garde person you'd see like at some museum opening.
Show it again. Show the ring again. Because this needs to see. You need to see. It's like a heavy, chunky sterling silver piece. Mm-hmm. Who is the designer on that one? I cannot remember.
So the designer's name is Great Frog of London.
Oh, yes.
So they were actually the creators of like the skull ring.
Oh.
So like all the rock and rollers that like were wearing, they were the creators of it. So I actually have like quite a few of their pieces, just because I love their aesthetic, and I love like, just like they take a lot of inspiration from quite a few people. So like, for example, like this is inspired by like Mickey Mouse, obviously. They have they do collaborations with a lot of like rock and rollers. So they have like I think they did one with Motley Crue. They did one with oh my god, I'm spacing, but there was quite a few, and they incorporated like some of their like band T-shirts and made them into a ring, and and it was just like these really cool different looks and different pieces. And I mean, everybody from the Rolling Stones wears their pieces, all the way to like Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga actually has this ring, and I didn't know that. I actually bought it after I found out.
It feels like a very Lady Gaga. Well, because it has that very kitsch aspect to it. Because it's very classic for them, but then it has this nice little twist, which I think is very fun, and I think very you also.
That's what really attracts me to it. And that was the first time I heard about that brand, was when we went to Dover. And they actually have a store in the Lower East Side. I used to go there quite often just to like look. And the guy that basically is like the manager of it literally looks like he came from the 60s, like very, with
like the hair and the beard,
the hair all the way down to here, the like taxi cab hat, like the page board, like the newspaper hat, but it's like sort of general style, like tight pants with like all these chains and all that. It was just very on brand, which I love.
And but stylized.
I just wanted to show you some of the other pieces I got from that same company. So this is actually
oh my god, I love this. Is this it's not the Lower East Side, because you know there's this. Have you been to the store that does sets glass eyes into sterling silver for like Johnny Depp? It's on MacDougal on the west side.
No.
We need to discuss that, because I have original Robert Lee Morris sterling silver earrings from the 80s that I got there.
You told me about that store.
And I feel like I don't know if it's still there. It was there for.
I don't know.
And they did like my jewelry repairs for a long time. Like,
oh really?
Before I lived here, I would get stuff I used to live in San Francisco and travel here and like buy jewelry
from there and just drop off your stuff and be like, next trip I'll come pick it up.
I'd be here long enough that I could have it done and like pick it up before I left. Like take clips, like weird old things, take clips and convert them to posts. Just like things like for me that I wanted, little things. I like jewelry. Yeah. I like jewelry for a long time.
I mean, that's why we're friends.
Oh, yeah.
But just to like talk about it, it's basically
but this reminds me. I think you would really enjoy this. Okay.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to check that store out. It's on MacDougal on the west side.
Yeah, but where all the food is, off the park. I will never. Yeah, what's that exoskeleton? Is that an exoskeleton?
It's inspired by like a like the spinal cord.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like a spinal cord, so it actually like hits all the way up here, and I actually pair it with one of my other rings that I'm gonna probably bring out here in a second. But this one is actually a glass eye, and it's hand painted. So it's from like the London Hospital. So it's the same. It's obviously like a glass eye that they would put into somebody who needs a glass eye. So obviously, like, I'm not taking it away from someone that needs one. But they specifically have it hand painted, and you can custom make it to like, if you want like a leopard print eye, you can do that. They actually do David Bowie's like sort of his larger eye, like the larger pupil. So they do that as well, and it's a really great like way of doing it. But however, one of my favorite pieces besides these is this one. This is beautiful, beautiful eagle. Larry actually got this for me for our anniversary.
Nice. That's
and
really
it's just like
nice.
it's so perfect. I love that it sits like perfectly flat, like on my thumb.
Yeah.
And it's just a really nice statement, and it really complements like the rest of the rings that I have.
Claw thing happening again. You have
I may have a thing for claws.
I think we're on to something here.
I mean, speaking,
I like that. I like
the
thumb ring.
I love this piece.
It's like the thumb ring.
I love it. I mean, I wear thumb rings, so these are my go-to thumb rings, or these two. So I always wear this one and this one.
It's
my horse and bow.
Yeah, you have the horse and bow. That's a good one. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Oh.
Yeah, no, I love these two put together, and I love like the mixture of like, so like this is like probably my everyday. If I wear every ring on every finger, this is exactly what I do. Let's see. Do I have everything?
Is that enough? Do I have enough on?
Do I have enough on?
It's like we're like the anti-Chanel. I don't know.
So this is me. Every day.
Oh yeah. Full on. That's what I'm saying. Like, and there's like multiple stories happening, multiple designers, and you have multiple collections that you do this with as well. And
and I'll like mix them around. Then I have other pieces that I like bring into the mix. So like, funny enough, like you're actually making like this really cool reference to claws, which is very accurate of me because I also have this piece. And this is the piece that I was saying I sort of match with the exoskeleton. So I have this major claw that I got when I worked at Saks. A really good friend of mine, when I worked there, her name was Lillian Shalom, and she's based in LA. And she does a lot of work for, she does like all of Erykah Badu's jewelry.
Larry. Yeah.
Of course, he's breaking out the reason why I'm so into all of this.
I know, I love it. Okay.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense, but this is the piece.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, and I love that. How does that feel?
It feels
beautiful.
Good. The first time I wore it, I mean, like the first couple times I wore it, I was very like, this is
so you
weird.
were like together with the exoskeleton.
Yep.
Oh,
so
that's a good look.
Well, I bought like I had this one first, and then I got the exoskeleton, but it just like sits perfectly.
Yeah, it feels like a full armor from here.
Exactly, and that's what I love it because it's like the exoskeleton mixed with this like very clean piece. But fun fact about this ring, it was commissioned because the only other person that had
okay. That's like awesome.
My friend who I worked with at Saks was friends with the designer, and I was like, I'm obsessed with that. So she was able to make it for me, and like I'm always appreciative of that because it's just such a cool, fun piece. And I wear it like. What's the
designer's name on that one?
Lillian Shalom.
Lillian Shalom. Shalot.
No, Shalom, like Shalom.
Okay, I totally know. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, so she's done that for me, and then I'm trying to think what else I have here. So I do have another storyline. So I actually do love, besides like, I guess claws and all of that, I have a sort of love for snakes. And that actually started when I was very young.
Really?
Yeah, so I was, let's see, I was probably 8, and I remember my parents were getting gifts for themselves at like I guess like their family jeweler, like the jeweler that they used to go to. My dad wanted like a clouder ring, which is like a very.
Oh, I have.
I mean,
a white gold one from Galway, from the original goldsmith that made it.
I love it.
Megan Patrice Riley.
Exactly. I mean, like, he wanted to get that. Obviously, it's part of his history and all of that. So he got one of those. My mom got a ring, and I remember sitting there, and I was like, I saw this gold snake ring, and it was like 2 snakes kind of put together, and they both had ruby eyes, and I was obsessed with it, and I was like, I want that. I love that. My parents were like, we're not getting you a snake ring at like 9-10 years old, like that. No. No.
Very defined style early.
So it's always kind of been like mixed in. So that's why like these pieces are like, when I saw these, I was like, oh, I have to like, this has to be done. And it was a good time because it was
referencing that piece that you saw at 9, and there have been
being able to see it again elsewhere, and it was just like, oh, I can finally do this now because I don't need, I'm not 8. So, but I was lucky because these pieces were part of Lynn Van's. She had like a sale, and so if you guys don't know, Lynn Van is this amazing jeweler. So she does everybody. She's done Rihanna. She's done Beyonce. Basically, you name it, they wear her jewelry on a daily basis. So she had a sale for just not because like her business is doing bad.
No, just because.
Yeah. She's like, I've never done a sale. And we were like, everyone's just like, what? So she had pieces that were brand spanking new. So including the one that I'm going to show you for like 90% off.
Okay, that's amazing.
Just because. So I was like, okay, well, I'm glad I did it. And she was there, and she was like helping us and like talking to exactly.
She seems so cool.
She was
awesome.
very cool. Just like very chic and just very like nice, and you know, everybody that worked that sort of event was just very kind and all that. So this is one of the pieces I got. So it makes a lot of sense.
We love a sale, don't we? Oh.
We love a sale, we do.
Yes.
So this is a Medusa. It's like the deconstructed Medusa. So it has like all of the snakes sort of sitting up, and like the snakes sort of make up her face.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's this one diamond here.
Oh,
and I got it for like $100, and it's like a $1,500 ring.
Oh, it's beautiful, and it's like it feels like it has weight too.
Oh, it feels
like a shield, like a piece of armor, a little bit. You know,
it's heavy. I don't forget that I have this on, but I love it. I love when there's a little bit of weight to it. When it comes to rings, I like that because then I know that it's like weighted in silver or in like whatever metal materials that it's using. I do appreciate that.
I break things easily, so I have to have a little bit of weight. If it's 14 karat gold, it can go thinner because it is strong. It just depends on material. With sterling, though, I don't want to be too thin because it is soft.
Absolutely. I feel the exact same way. I feel like, but I like love silver so much that like, I guess that's what I expect with it. Yeah, I mean, this whole thing here.
I wear gold too. I love gold. But I do silver like my everyday, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's just something I'm more attracted to. Definitely.
Nice. I feel like I like scale. Ooh, okay, this.
Yeah, this is the other snake. So this is the one that really like I was like, okay, yeah. So it's like all of these sort of snakes like put together.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And it's sort of like they're all wrapped together.
Of the Medusa theme as well. I like that.
So I was like, oh, that's perfect. I can tie them together and it would just work out. So I just thought this was like so fun. And there's like cute little eyes here and there and all of that. And I love the way they peer out. I just thought it was just such a cool.
2 snakes also, right?
So it's two snake heads. Yep.
Interesting. Just like we were talking about with the rubies.
So I saw that and I was like,
in 18 karat yellow with some rubies.
Right.
Sure.
It started early.
Affirmational goals. I mean, I don't know.
And then it's just like kind of full circle, and then it just came to power.
Oh, I love it. It happened. You got, this is not bad. That's a good, that piece came to you.
Yeah.
Oh,
what happened? It came to me. Okay, yeah, it just came to me, and it was the perfect time.
It had to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else? What else?
These are the last 2.
Okay.
So, also from Limban. So again, like sort of that claw. Yeah.
This one I feel like is much more, it's softer and feels more sculptural. It's not as representational. No, even this claw is less representational than the other ones you have.
Yeah. So, no, I love it. I just loved it because again, it's on par with everything else I have in terms of like a claw or like some sort of almost like I don't know, something very natural about it. And that's what I do. That's what I do love. And I love the cool point. Almost reminds me of like some sort of like, it almost looks like sort of like the shape of an elephant here, if you look at it. So I just love like sort of like the different dimensions of it and like the way that it's carved in. There's like sort of like dimension under it and above. And that's what I loved about it. And it was like also comfortable enough to be a midi ring.
It's really nice.
But then I love this one. It kind of gives me like a Thierry Mugler sort of moment. And that's what I love about it. It almost looks like a liquid.
Well,
yeah.
Like that. What's that?
That metal
thing that everybody's wearing.
Absolutely.
But I thought Michael Schmidt made that, or you know what I'm talking about, the designer that does all the Lady Gaga crazy.
Yes.
He built that for them, right?
I think so.
He's the fabricator behind that.
I mean, that would make a lot of sense.
Interesting.
But I do love that. But that's what I love about this smooth one. It's just like it almost looks like liquid on my hand. Or it looks like I have like an animatronic part of my finger. So I thought that was very fun.
And then very Elsa Peretti. I totally agree.
Yeah.
My most favorite Tiffany design. I love how the bottom, though, it's not as thick, so it's really functional. So you can do, this is a really nice detail because it is so simple, but it's very effective design, elegant, interesting. I think a lot of people could wear this. It's Elsa Peretti does that for me too in a lot of ways.
Yeah. So that's what I love about about that one. And it's very comfortable because I think the band is so small. It's comfortable on the finger, so it's not like.
And that's a newer one for you. You just got that. You just got that. Yeah, that's
I just got that maybe about January, I want to say. February?
Yeah. You've been incorporating that. I can see that one being in rotation quite a bit.
Yeah, just a little. Just a light, light flex here and there.
It's like at-home looks,
Yeah, just my at-home look.
I put them on, but then I have to do dishes, so I kind of...
Yeah, no, I can't.
Anytime I do a phone call, though, I definitely put myself together because I'm trying.
I know, this is the first time I put myself together, and this is, like, light for me in, like, 3 weeks.
You look great, though. Okay, so you did the kimono.
I did the kimono.
I love
And then I have the really cool bra. Let me try and set up.
Magic.
So Megan made this for me,
Yeah.
and there's only, like, what? How many of these do you have at the moment?
I have this one I made. Renat has it on Sarah Riley.
Yes, of course.
Sarah's original. Sarah's the one that made me make this. Because they're so cool. But she wears it with a Bud Light t-shirt.
That's amazing.
She's very high-low. Yes, we see you. She knows. But she makes it work, and so I love that. So I usually pair mine with this sweatshirt dress, like a simple sweatshirt dress, and I'm like, that's a good look. Okay, I get this.
But
my friend Renat wears it with just like a white t-shirt and jeans, like classic Americana, but she always looks amazing, and I'm like, okay, I get it.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I love pairing this with like a either like I think the first time you made it was in a hoodie, and then I added this like. We got this insane ball chain choker. Yeah.
Oh, that choker. We're gonna talk about that. We're coming up in 5 minutes. We'll be 1 hour. But we'll continue this conversation because we still have not gone through and shown. We haven't done show and tell yet on all the pieces.
I know. I thought we were because I was like, I know.
Oh, we're having. Oh no, this is to be continued, you guys.
Yeah. Because honestly, Megan and
everybody now and letting them know because we and. Michael, I'm going to tell you, has already, like, inspired me to make new pieces. So this is, yes. So be prepared for more happy hours. If you want to see something in particular, let us know. Yeah. We'll prepare. And
any sort of topics you guys want us to talk about or what Megan wants to cover or any new pieces that she's inspired by or...
I really like your stories and also what you're inspired by, like learning about Margiela. I think we need to talk about Bao Bao, one of our topics, because you are the person that got me you inspired me to start collecting this, and I've never wanted to, and now have just.
No, now we have so many because I got you your first one.
Yes, and I love it, and it's like. I think about this designer a lot.
Yeah.
Issey Miyake, because I think about that in my design, and it's really inspirational for me. And the quality of work, how they develop, how they drop, how they burn their everything, and I love. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a good time. Well, we'll definitely talk about that. Maybe we'll do like an hour about or like a 30-minute about like our favorite designers and the reason why.
We need to have a handbag night.
Yes. Just discuss like our favorites, like in the past or now, or things that we would like to see in the future, or anything like that. We'll definitely drum up some stuff for you guys.
Yeah, and I've been making little handbags. We'll talk about those.
Oh yes, I've had some friends that have requested those.
All making sense again. Okay.
It all makes sense. We'll draw it back to you. But it's so funny, like just this whole discussion about like us talking about rings and all of that, and that's like kind of like how we started our friendship is just like having all these like really cool. Just like these really great rings that, sort of brought us together and started our friendship was just like her amazing talent and just like how we've sort of become amazing friends and sort of bounce ideas off of each other and just like really sort of like gotten even more creative as the years have gone on. And this is how it all started.
We've grown up in design and our careers as well. Totally.
Yeah.
So, this still to me is my.
This one?
You're the only one.
I love that. I love it so much.
I love that. people take things on and like build them and have them as their own is so cool. You know, like that is not something I didn't even foresee. That's beyond me. That's beyond what I even intended. That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, you guys.
Yes.
Tune in. I guess we'll let you know when we're working on schedule and happy hour.
Yes, happy hour. Mine is almost gone, so I'm probably gonna refill.
I'm refilling as I go.
Smart.
I just did this because I know I don't need my logistics.
I'm trying to like time myself, so I'm like, okay.
No, it's good. I prepare all the snacks as well, you know. Cheers. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. A little window into our friendship and hopefully inspirational style stuff for you guys. Style advice or
So this will probably be like an ongoing thing. We'll probably obviously be planning out the next one.
Wearing matching. I'm like we like a matching. Thank you.
Love it.
Have a good one.
You too, love. Thanks, guys.
Ciao.
Ciao.